5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello, this is Retro Rocket Man with another Batmobile custom. This is the Justice League of America version of the Batmobile with the huge ass cannon. This particular version is made by Mattel. It's pretty standard. It's got a couple of playable features, firing cannon and a couple of missile launching guns, which I don't have because I picked this up second hand. These generally go missing what do you want for a couple of bucks. I used the cap off a tube of baby food to make an exhaust port, and then I just glued it on the back. The cannon can be extended up to reveal the internal workings of the cockpit, where a 6-inch Batman will sit. It has a rotating gun turret and a firing cannon, along with a couple of flip-up doors which are supposed to reveal a couple of firing cannons. I'm going to start by cutting off the big cannon and making my own assembly. The firing mechanism still works, so I might use that some other time. So just a bit of aluminium tubing that I'll cut to size. I'm going to drill out the cannon and glue it in. Just carefully making a hole big enough to accommodate the aluminium tubing. So it's cut to size to the length I want. And I'm going to glue it in position. Here I have a nozzle from the same squeeze bottle of baby food, and I'm going to remove that, cut it in half, and this will double as the nozzle to the cannon. Just going to glue that in place, and there you have it, nowhere near as big. Time to paint some accents, just a bit of extra colour here and there, just to break up the monotony of the colour of the car. It's amazing what a little bit of paint does. This is a gunmetal colour that I'm using just to disguise all the plastic modifications that I've made. Make it blend a bit more, make it look like it's always been part of the car. Covering up those obvious yellow or orange buttons that make it look too much like a kid's toy. Now I'm painting the flat grey plastic areas that I want to look metallic with a chrome silver. This will make it look more like metal. And his flat plastic control screen or dashboard, whatever you want to call it, just giving that a splash of colour, just again to create more interest. Now it's time to hit the car with the good old handy shoe polish, just to bring out a lot of the details and also give the car an overall darker finish. And simply by brushing it on, wiping it off while it's still wet, leaves a lot of the shoe polish behind in all the line panel work. You can see the difference from where I have done it and where I haven't. It's much more dramatic. Once the chrome silver is dried, I'm brushing the shoe polish onto that as well. This will make all those recessed areas really pop, and then wiping off the excess reveals all that lovely sculpt work and all the detail comes out. It also calms down that bright chrome finish and makes it look a little bit more used. So I've painted some areas just to give them more detail and make certain parts pop out, and now the gun looks more like a proper gun, and those details really come to bear. A little extra touch, I'm gluing a piece of bendable wire just to give the cannon just a little bit more interest. Some pipe work, if you like. This is a plastic tab that they use to fasten down die-cast cars in their boxes, and I'm going to glue this to the back of Batman's console in the cockpit just to cover up the fact that it looks like a hollowed out piece of plastic, and run some of these tubes out of the back of it just to make it look more like an operating piece of equipment. Now it's time to dry brush the entire car with some silver paint. You guys probably know this process. Simply lightly load a brush with some chrome silver or silver paint of some description and hit all those harsh, sharp areas just to highlight wear and tear. Now it's time for the brown shoe polish. Simply going to liberally brush this onto the black tyres. They're only plastic, so I want to make them look a little bit more like they've been on the road. Just distract from the fact that they are plastic. So there you go, humans. This was a most enjoyable project. I think the car looks 10 times better. Taking out that big ass cannon, swapping it out for something a bit smaller, weathering it up, dirtying it down, it just looks more like it's popped straight out of the movie. This has been Retro Rocket Man. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Over and out.